Young and the Restless spoilers reveal Lucy Romalotti's world is once again shaken by the news of her beloved grandmother Phyllis Summers' fatal accident. The shocking news not only shakes Lucy's spirit but also puts her at the center of the family's intertwined troubles. Lucy is shocked to learn that Sharon Newman, the woman who has always created storms in the lives of many, has finally been arrested after confessing. However, the surprise doesn't stop there. Lucy discovers that Sharon was not only involved in Phyllis' accident but also played a role in framing her father, Daniel Romalotti Jr. Lucy's heart is torn. On one hand, she is angry that Sharon put her father in such a terrible situation, but on the other hand, Lucy can't help but blame herself. Was she the indirect cause of the escalation? She remembered how she had provoked Sharon after the Faith Newman incident, and guilt began to creep in. While Lucy was lost in her negative thoughts, Daniel appeared as a solid support. Being a loving father, Daniel quickly realized that his daughter was tormenting herself. He immediately reassured Lucy, asserting that it was Sharon who was to blame, not her. Daniel emphasized that Sharon, with her blind and selfish actions, was responsible for all the pain their family had suffered. "You did nothing wrong, Lucy," Daniel said in a warm voice. "Sharon chose her path, and what happened was the result of those choices. Don't ever think that you are to blame for the mistakes of others." Daniel's words brought Lucy some relief, but she was still filled with unease, especially when she thought about Faith. Lucy and Faith's relationship had always been complicated, but this time things became more serious. Faith, although heartbroken by the news about her mother, still had difficulty accepting the fact that Sharon could be responsible for Heather Stevens' death. To Faith, Sharon had always been a protective and loving mother figure, despite her mistakes. When Lucy and Faith confronted each other, the tension quickly escalated. Faith tried to defend her mother, giving arguments to deny Sharon's involvement in the accident and Heather's death. Meanwhile, Lucy, filled with anger and grief, could not contain her anger. The confrontation between the two young people made everyone around them worried. Nick Newman, Faith's father, and Daniel both tried to intervene to calm the situation, but the cracks in Lucy and Faith's relationship had become too deep. The journey to face the truth. As things settle down, Lucy realizes that she needs to find a way to deal with her pain instead of letting it dominate her life. She decides to seek out loved ones to listen and learn to forgive. Through deep conversations with Daniel, she gradually understands that everyone has their own mistakes and journeys to deal with them. As for Faith, although she is still heartbroken by the harsh truth about her mother, she begins to understand that love does not justify every mistake. Both Lucy and Faith realize that, despite their differences, they need to learn to talk and find common ground to overcome the storms. Although things are currently in turmoil, Lucy and her loved ones are still trying to get through the difficult period. Through their pain and strife, they understand that family is the greatest source of strength. Phyllis may take a long time to recover, and Sharon will have to face justice. But underneath it all, love, forgiveness, and determination will be the keys to finding light in the darkness. It all started when Phyllis decided to set the perfect trap to trap Sharon. Phyllis created a completely fabricated story, making Sharon believe that she was being accused of being involved in a secret conspiracy. While Sharon was caught up in fear and panic, Phyllis kept a calm and determined exterior, waiting for the right moment to strike. In the end, Sharon fell for the trap. She searched Phyllis' hotel room, hoping to find evidence to clear her name. But the painful truth was that there was no evidence. It was all just Phyllis's mind games. When Phyllis threatens to call the police, Sharon suddenly passes out, leaving a void and mystery in the space during which she is unconscious. When Sharon regains consciousness, she finds herself face to face with two people, Phyllis and Chance Chancellor, a police officer known for his decisiveness and integrity. However, the length of time Sharon was unconscious remains a big question mark. Fans can only speculate about what really happened in that moment. In the most tense moments, Cameron Kirsten reappears, but this time not as a real person but as a hallucination in Sharon's mind. Cameron, who has caused Sharon so much pain, now appears as a mysterious voice, offering answers and guidance when Sharon feels lost. But strangely, Sharon doesn't seem to be fully aware that Cameron is a figment of her mind. Could Sharon be suffering from undiagnosed dissociative identity disorder, DID? If so, this would explain the strange presence of Cameron, an alternate personality who appears to make decisions that Sharon cannot face on her own. This also raises a big question: could Cameron have been controlling Sharon's actions when she was not conscious? If Cameron is indeed a part of Sharon, could all the mysterious text messages and missing phone calls be the work of this personality? Cameron's presence is more than just a harmless hallucination. While Sharon believes that Cameron always has the answers, her dependence on this illusion causes her to lose control. Sharon begins to doubt herself. Could she have done things she doesn't remember, like sending text messages or making phone calls without realizing it? These questions only add to Sharon's confusion, but they also open up a new possibility for how to resolve this mess. If Sharon really has dissociative identity disorder, she needs help not only from family and friends, but also from medical professionals. While Sharon struggles with her inner conflicts, Phyllis continues to play her game. For Phyllis, winning is not just about exposing Sharon, but also about being in control of the entire situation. Phyllis seems to want Sharon to pay for her past mistakes, but also to prove that she is the only one worthy of being on top. However, fans know that Sharon is not an easy character to defeat. Despite the ghosts in her mind, Sharon still has the ability to turn the tables if she finds out the truth about herself and confronts it. The story between Sharon and Phyllis has just begun. As Sharon gradually realizes the presence of Cameron in her mind, she will have to face painful truths and discover whether Cameron is really just a hallucination or a part of herself. At the same time, Phyllis continues to delve deeper into the dangerous game, constantly exploiting Sharon's weaknesses to achieve her goals. Will Sharon overcome these challenges and regain control of her life? Or will Phyllis continue to win, pushing Sharon into the dark corners of her mind and life? The remaining mysteries will be solved in the following episodes, where every knot can be untied or become more complicated than ever. Subscribe to Yonder channel to update the latest news on our channel.